Hi everyone, Corey here from Tales from a Polk County Girl, and in this book review video, we're going to be talking about Confessions of a Failed Southern Lady by Florence King. Now, this book was published in 1985, so this book is older than me. And we happen to have it in our collection at the library I work in, and it just seemed really like a funny title to me, so I picked it up. I'm just going to read the back of it to you. Confessions of a Failed Southern Lady is Florence King's classic memoir of her upbringing in an eccentric Southern family, told with all the uproarious wit and gusto that has made her one of the most admired writers in the country. She may have been a disappointment to her granny, whose dream was rearing a perfect Southern lady, which she never fulfilled. But after all, as Florence reminds us, no matter which sex I went to bed with, I never smoked in the street. So, this book does take some twists and turns that, considering what I just read, I should have known that some things were coming, but I will admit I was caught a little off guard. I started reading this book and then stopped for a while and then picked it back up a few weeks ago. But one thing I really kind of liked about it was she talks about her eccentric Southern upbringing. And while my family is nowhere like Florence King's, there are parts of it that I'm like, oh my God, that's my cousin or something. And I thought I had a crazy family. No, I would not have been able to deal with this with all the grace that Miss King did. And I've told my mom some of the stuff about it, and even my mom's going, oh my God, that sounds like my upbringing. So, but one thing that really did get me in this book, she talks about what it's like to go to college as a woman in the 50s, and how she's just going to school with all these, she calls them Malkins, Malkins, and these are women who their dream in life is to land a husband and become a wife and mother. And for Florence King, that is not her dream. She doesn't want to get married. She certainly doesn't want to have kids. And she's very upfront about that in the book. And just some of the sexism that she dealt with in the 50s, I still see it being, it's still here now in 2018. I remember when I got engaged 6 years ago now, I was immediately asked if I was going to quit my job after we got married. Yeah. 2000, and that was 2012, and I was being asked that question. So it is kind of sad to know that some of the things that were a big deal and the sexist things that were going on in the 50s are still going on today. Yeah. So, but it is a funny read. I do learn a lot about Southern culture in the 50s and the 60s. And now I live in Florida. I was raised in Florida. Miss King was raised in Washington, D.C. So it's a little north for me, but still in the South. So yeah, she goes and does graduate work at Ole Miss and really learns what being in the South is like. So, and I really enjoyed that part because one of the women she went to graduate school with was from Louisiana, and I love Louisiana. So, if you're interested in memoirs, biographical information, or stories, and just want to read what stuff was like back in the 50s and 60s, I recommend this book. And as usual, check it out from your local library. Bye, everybody.